Welcome to the Minnesota Twins franchise on MLB The Show 19, where the World Series continues. We now have Game 6 today as the series has moved back to Chicago after the Cubs' 22-inning victory in Game 5, the longest World Series game in Major League Baseball history, and it ended 1-0. It was a really disappointing game and a frustrating one to have countless opportunities to walk off the game and to finish it, but we just couldn't get it done. So now if we want to win back-to-back titles, we must do so by winning on the road. Game 6 here against the Cubs pits Maxwell Fowler against Jake Arrieta. We get our ace on the mound again. We were originally going to have Dallas Keuchel in this game, but he had to pitch 7 of those 22 innings in Game 5, so he is no longer even ready for Game 7 if necessary. So let's get into it, everybody. Game 6 against Jake Arrieta. We again lead off with Jorge Polanco, who's been our best contact hitter here in the postseason. He falls behind 0-2, and a called third strike on the outside corner. Maybe it got a part of the zone. Jake Arrieta gets a very favorable call to start. And we all know strikeouts were a huge problem for us in that Game 5 matchup. We had, I believe, 28 strikeouts in the 22 innings. And Byron Buxton also strikes out. This offense really struggling right now as Paul Goldschmidt is up and lines one through the infield. There's a base hit. And that brings up Miguel Sano in the cleanup role in this game. Of course, Buxton went up to number 2 as he's been hitting a lot of extra base hits. And now it's Sano, and he's a bit late on the sinker, low in the zone. 2-1. Slider is way inside. And the count runs full. And Sano does not chase. The sinker is way low. We work the count, draw a walk, and bring up Michael Conforto, who has not had that big signature hit yet in the postseason. He was very good a year ago and hasn't been quite the same this season. 2-1. Got a pitch up, and that's driven to center. This one back. Almora to the track, and he's got enough room to make the catch. The scoreless inning streak for Minnesota continues. I was really hoping after 22 innings of nothing we could just go get at least one to open, but not here. Bottom 1, Maxwell Fowler. This season, he's developed into our ace, and now playing in Game 6, gives up a line out to Jason Hayward. And 2 batters later, Kyle Schwarber, who's hit the only run-scoring hit in Game 6 with that 22nd inning home run. He lines out to Gordon. We're through 1, and Yasiel Puig leads off the second inning and gets a pitch up and lines it into right center field. Second hit for Minnesota. Of course, Puig had the 3 errors in Game 5. That was a strange situation in the extra innings. None of the errors ended up mattering much. Full count to Justin O'Connor, and again, patience pays off for Minnesota as we draw our second walk. And with the pitcher up, Maxwell Fowler, he lays down a bunt, and Justin Turner misplays it. Everybody's safe, and they're loaded up. A monumental error for Justin Turner, and now a bases loaded opportunity for Jorge Polanco. He grounds it right back up the middle. Baez with a quick flip, and they get him at first, a double play. Again, we come close to scoring. The Twins put another 0 on the board. Baez had the biggest defensive play in Game 5, and now the quick flip to second base helps them get the double play turned. We go bottom 2. Trevor Story turns on 1. It falls right in front of Michael Conforto. That brings up Justin Turner, trying to forget about that error as he falls behind. Fouling off fastballs from Fowler, 2-2. That's a base hit through the left side, and the first 2 reach for the Cubs here in the second. Each team getting some early base runners. Now it is Wilson Contreras at the plate, and he's been arguably their best contact hitter this season. He'll run this count full. Payoff pitch. Jammed him a bit. Nice play, Goldschmidt. Out at second. Fowler covers. Double play. Story moves up to third, but it's yet another critical double play for Minnesota's defense. And Jose Abreu, 2-2 count with 2 down, pops it foul for out number 3. The last couple of games, these teams continue to get close to scoring, but just can't do it. Here's Byron Buxton, 2-0 count top 3, and a drive hit well to right. This one headed to the corner, Hayward chasing, it's a fair ball! It's down and Buxton rounds second. He's into third easily, a leadoff triple in the third. For whatever reason, Buxton's had a lot of success going the other way lately and getting extra base hits. This one, squarely on the chalk. And that is a leadoff triple, bringing up Goldschmidt. And there's a grounder up the middle. Buxton scores! We're on the board, everybody! 1-0 Twins. Finally pitching with the lead again, bottom 3, facing Almora. And the Cubs work out another full count and draw the walk. That was a close call. With the pitcher Arrieta up, he lays down the bunt. Maybe you could have gotten the out at second there, but Goldschmidt plays it safe and gets the first. That brings up Jason Hayward, who lines one the other way, and that'll be out number 2. And the Cubs now have to get a base hit. Here's Javi Baez, fouling off the sinker. He falls behind 0-2. And chases the slider just off the outside corner. That's another 0 for Fowler. We continue to the 4th. Arrieta's pitch count at 54. And another drive from Puig. Into the gap and down for extras. His second hit of the game. Another leadoff extra base hit. Will this one bring a run home? Nick Gordon fouls off the slider on the inside corner. Falls behind 0-2. And then squares up on a pitch and drives it back through the middle. Puig holds at third, but another base runner 90 feet away. That brings up Justin O'Connor, 2-0 count. It's a grounder hit at Baez, and they'll get a double play, but the Twins add another run. It's 2-0. Fowler in the 4th inning, leading off Kyle Schwarber, full count and a drive to center, and it falls in front of Buxton. That brings up Trevor Story, 0-2 count, grounded to first and past Goldschmidt, fair ball. Schwarber to second, holding there, the first 2 reach. This was a great piece of hitting by Story, slider in on the outside corner. You almost never do anything with that pitch. But now 2-1, nobody down. Routine grounder. Gordon, Polanco, and Goldschmidt. Double play. When the defense needs one, they seem to always come up with one. 2 down. Trying to keep the Cubs scoreless. Wilson Contreras, 1-2. Chopped right side. Gordon, got it. And we're out of the 4th inning. 2-0 Minnesota. Just 5 innings from victory. Byron Buxton up, and he got underneath one. Looks pretty good off the bat, but this is a lazy fly in left field. With 2 away, that brings up Goldschmidt. And he goes the other way with 1, his second hit. Both went into right field. Base runner now for Miguel Sano, as this pitch is wide of first base. 2-2 count. Curveball now from Arrieta, and Sano whiffs. That's strike 3. Still a 2-0 game as Fowler's out there for the bottom of the 5th inning, and again, leadoff single into right. Getting base runners isn't really the issue for either team. Here's Almora. Fastball just outside. 3-0 counts. How about a 4-pitch walk? We don't see those very often from Fowler. Again, the first 2 reach for Chicago. Didn't work last time. And now a low strike called on Bryant as he falls behind. No doubt about that one. The curveball on the outside corner. A filthy pitch from Fowler. 2 batters later, it's Javi Baez. This is in the dirt. Trouble for O'Connor. Gets away from him. Base runners each move up. Big chance for Baez. 2-1. A drive into right, deep over the head of Puig as he chases it down. He's got it. Big catch for Puig, and the Twins put up another 0. We did a pretty good job of being selective in the first 5 innings and ran a lot of counts deep, so the Cubs go to their bullpen to begin the 6th, and that's a big swing and miss from Puig. 2-2 against Chasen Shreve as he takes a fastball away. Another payoff pitch. Change-up, strike 3. Puig down swinging. We go bottom 6. Maxwell Fowler's pitch count getting a bit up there now for his stamina. Here's Schwarber with a grounder right back up the middle. It is under the glove of Polanco. Again, the leadoff man aboard for Chicago, and that would be it for Maxwell Fowler. Don't want to leave him in there for too long. He gave us 5 solid innings, and now it's time for the bullpen, starting with Tyler Duffy. He's had a very good postseason and gets Story to chase one outside to get ahead in the count. Strike 3 on the fastball. That was only clocked at 89, but Story can't hit it. 1 down. That brings up Turner, and he pulls it on the ground to short. Polanco, tough throw to second. Got Turner at first. Another double play turn for the Twins. Still a 2-0 game. We go to our bench and bring in Willie Ordonez, who turns on one. It's sent to left, hit well, but not that well, I guess. I thought that one was going pretty far. With 2 away, Polanco in the air to left center, slicing away from Almora, but nowhere near enough. There's a key 0 for the Cubs as they keep this close and now face Tony Watson, the lefty. I like to bring in Tony Watson against this part of the Cubs order. Contreras hits lefties quite well, but for less power than righties. 2-2, the sinker on the outside gets another strikeout for the Minnesota bullpen. 1 down now, Jose Abreu. He turns on one and sends it to left. Back goes Gonzalez as he checked into the game, and that's a catch. Almora is next, and he grounds it to first. A 1-2-3 inning. The Cubs are running out of time. Only 6 outs left as we head to the 8th inning. The Cubs initiate a double switch here. And the new pitcher is Armando Rivero, who has done really well in the postseason so far. 11 1/3 innings. And he faces Goldschmidt, who hammers one back into center field. Back goes Almora to the wall, and he's got enough room. Still a 2-0 game as we go bottom 8. And it's Marwin Gonzalez checking in off the bench to deliver a pinch hit single. Twins make a change and bring in Jake Reed. He's only pitched 4 innings so far in the postseason and faces Baez, who flies to right. Puig right there, 2 down for Chicago. Only 4 outs left. Kyle Schwarber, the Game 5 hero and the reason we're in this game right now. 0-2. Strike 3 on the circle change. Big strikeout for Jake Reed. We're going to the 9th with a chance to win it. But I'd like at least 1 more run. Ty Gonzalez leads off and drives it to left center. This one carrying at the wall. Enough room again. Why is Wrigley containing everything? 1-2 to Puig next. Strikes out on the high curveball. That one should have been over the fence. Maybe our last batter, Nick Gordon. 3-2, strike 3. Good 9th for Edwards. And now we go bottom 9. Raisel Iglesias will enter as the Twins try to clinch a 2nd consecutive World Series title. Trevor Story leads off for the Cubs, and it's now or never to continue the series. 1-1, busted bat, and right back to Iglesias. That's 1 down. Justin Turner up next for Chicago. 0-1, line drive right field. It's down, base hit. And that brings up the tying run, Wilson Contreras. Slider low, doesn't get the call. Count runs 3-1. Another one low, and he did not go. Contreras walks. And now the winning run potentially up for Chicago. They go to their bench and call on Didi Gregorius. in a big spot in the World Series. 2-2 count. Line drive, right center, down for a hit. A run will score for Chicago. Puig gets it back in, and it's 2-1 Twins. Didi Gregorius against Minnesota with a big hit. Where have I heard that before? And now Albert Almora trying to tie this game up. First pitch from Iglesias. In there at 92, a fastball. The 0-1 fastball is fouled off. 0-2 Iglesias. And did he go around? Yes, he did! Strike 3 on the slider. 2 away for Chicago. Their season is on the line, and it's up to Marwin Gonzalez. Runners at the corners, 2 away. Sinker off the plate, doesn't get the call. 1-0 to Gonzalez. Jammed and flied into left. In comes Gonzalez, and the Twins are back-to-back champs. History is made as the Twins win again. Another incredible season capped off with the World Series victory. Maxwell Fowler gets the win. He was the very first draft pick of this series, and I don't think there's any way we could have made it this far without Maxwell Fowler. But what a team we've put together in this series. And remember, we made this entire playoff run without Mookie Betts. He was 1 day away from being eligible for the World Series, but still this team gets it done in 6 games just like last season. Can't clinch it at home, but we do bring home another title. This has been a really fun run with this team. I really enjoyed the series, and I never thought we'd win back-to-back titles like this. But we've turned it on as soon as we hit October and played our best baseball when it counts the most. Thank you all for supporting this series, and I have talked about this a little bit recently in streams and whatnot, but I have been looking to end this series now after the long run it's had. And now that we've won 2 World Series titles, it does feel like we've accomplished all there is to do here. And we did so in impressive fashion. Miguel Sano is your World Series MVP. And the overall postseason MVP goes to impressive hitter Ty Gonzalez. There it is, everybody. Another title to Minnesota. I really enjoyed building up this team, and this is my first really major baseball series. And I gotta say, I really enjoyed it. I'm glad I started this series and kept going with it to improve the formula and format and find the sweet spot with this series. I think I definitely did when the playoff run hit a season ago, and I saw just how much fun baseball can truly be, especially when you get your team to a contending point. Of course, in franchises, dynasties, whatever, they never truly feel done because there is always more that you could do. But I do think that now is the right time to end the Twins franchise. But I would like to know what you'd like to see from this series wrapping up in terms of maybe a long-term simulation to see where a lot of these players end up going. We haven't seen our draft picks play more than a couple of years. It takes a while in the first place, and then they have to develop a little bit. But still winning 2 rings, we accomplished what the goal was here in the franchise and had a great time doing it. I hope you all enjoyed the Minnesota Twins franchise. I would like to give a wrap-up episode to the series that may include a long-term simulation if that's what you all would like to see. Please leave your feedback below. Let me know what you thought of this series and our second World Series run. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this series and subscribe to the channel. In the future, I would like to continue making baseball content, so we'll revisit that down the road when the next MLB drops. But for now, that's all for today, everybody. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time, and have a great day.